Oh my. It's okay. No, it's not. The New York Knicks, since I've been watching this team, there is no clutch gene. There is no type of clutch gene on any New York Knicks team I have watched. Well, besides Carmelo Anthony. It's like we've seen teams just get lucky, just hitting a shot right out their ass. This team, like clutch and the New York Knicks, are never in the same sentence. Maybe you can go back to like Walt Frazier, like obviously Carmelo Anthony, but going back to like clutch, like winning. Walt Frazier being a beast in Game 7, but obviously I didn't see that. Even back when we had Patrick Ewing, missed finger roll. I didn't see those days, but you like fans that have been watching the Knicks for a very long time know about that. The Reggie Miller, I'm not even gonna get into that. The New York Knicks just have no clutch bone in their body. They they just are not clutch at all. This reminds me of the Brooklyn game. I'm tired of saying the New York Knicks fought. They came close. I'm tired of moral victories. I really am. The Knicks need to learn how to execute. Only the New York Knicks are down 20, build momentum, but then take stupid shots, turn the ball over. The ball movement goes away. Stupid fouls, allowing offensive rebounds. The New York Knicks are so damn frustrating. This is one of the most inconsistent teams I've ever seen. You see a terrible first quarter, a good second quarter, like a bad quarter, a good quarter. Like this team isn't like inconsistent game by game. This team's inconsistent quarter by quarter. As you just heard, we fell short on a 20-point comeback. Again, I love the fight, but you got to find a way to pull out this game. And the New York Knicks had so many opportunities to pull out this game against the Toronto Raptors. They had no OG Anunoby, and we haven't won in Toronto since 2015. But credit to the Raptors, they have a good squad over there. I thought we did a good job defensively on Fred VanVleet, but he stepped up when it mattered most. But I'm going to be getting into it. I could have made that shot after that many opportunities. Scotty Barnes, they have a good player over there as well. Gary Trent Jr., they have good pieces. Chris Boucher. But for us to come back that many points and just fall short like that, fall like right on our faces like that, just such a frustrating game. But let's get right into it. So in the first quarter, it was absolutely disgusting. I'm not going to lie, though. I thought we were getting off to a good start. In that first quarter, like Nerlens Noel did a good job, like really showing his presence at the rim, defending Chris Boucher well. I believe he had a block shot. And then RJ Barrett, nice little fadeaway jumper on the other end. We open up the game, and it's pretty solid. But then it goes downhill from there. Chris Boucher just absolutely bullying Nerlens Noel at the basket. Nerlens Noel was absolutely awful in that first quarter, defensively and offensively. Like, he couldn't do anything right. He couldn't defend in the paint. We know he's not the strongest in the world, but he plays so soft at times. Like, he plays so soft. And there's like two big time like possessions to really sum up this first quarter. Nerlens Noel missed open dunk. And I was like, oh my gosh, this team is like, are you kidding me? Just turnovers, no ball movement, stagnant offense. Just we couldn't create shots for others to save our lives at all. And that starts with our leader of Julius Randle. That starts with our point guard of Alec Burks. I'm not even going to blame Burks on that. Burks should not be running point guard at this stage in his career, if I'm being real. And you're probably wondering, like, is there any positives that come out of this game? There is a big positive that I'm going to be getting into. Like I just mentioned, the Nerlens Noel missed dunk. But what really summed up this game for me is the offensive rebounds, the key offensive rebounds. I'm not sure how many they had on paper. I remember looking at the stats at halftime. I'm like, wait, they only have that many? Maybe it's because they just had so many momentum-changing offensive rebounds. One big-time possession, or several possessions, I guess you can call it, they had 3 offensive rebounds in a row. And the first offensive rebound was by Fred VanVleet, the smallest player on the court at the time. I know Fred VanVleet's a gritty type of player. He plays really hard, but that is nonsense. You should not allow that at all. The New York Knicks are probably one of the worst defensive rebound teams in the league. I think I heard Walt Frazier say that. And to cap off, after them getting 3 offensive rebounds in a row, we foul Fred VanVleet at the three-point line. This was just a disgusting first quarter. We only scored 17 points. We were down 20. Stagnant offense. Defense was piss poor. There was nothing positive to take away from that. Like Evan Fournier, what the hell was he doing on defense? Gary Trent Jr. was doing his thing. Just everyone is contributing to the Toronto Raptors. You know who was contributing for the Knicks? No one in that first quarter. It was absolutely piss poor, no heart, no determination. Looked like everyone was just sleepwalking out there, and I'm tired of seeing that on an inconsistent basis. But the second quarter is where it's at, where we got back into this game. We actually cut it to 7 at one point. We were starting to really cut it down more and more and more. And you could say that was pretty much the summary of this game. Just a bunch of teases. Like, I wouldn't say it was a tease like the New York Knicks fought, but we just weren't able to capitalize. We would cut it to 3, but then leave someone open outside on the perimeter. We would cut it to 2, allow an offensive rebound. We would have a stupid foul, like wouldn't execute from beyond the arc, like with some open shots. Only if that first unit played with as much energy as that second unit does. Because this is the positive here. Obi Toppin played like an absolute beast. Obi Toppin was amazing. And it's sad to say, I'm glad when Julius Randle's not in the game because the offense looks so much better. We look like a basketball team. We look like a team that loves sharing the ball. We look like a team that actually cares. Obi Toppin, this is someone I shitted on last year. I know he only got like 10 minutes, but he didn't look like an NBA player. This dude has really put in the work. He is like starting to handle the ball a little bit. I don't want to see him do that on a consistent basis, but I love the constant movement. Like the offense is so much better because when Randle's in the offense, there is no constant movement. It's give it to Randle, get out the way, Carmelo Anthony, like type of style. When Obi's in it, we're getting out and running. As soon as we grab like a defensive rebound, Obi just sprints down the floor like a gazelle. Obi played like a beast. He had a double-double. I believe he had 17 points and 10 rebounds, or it might have been 19 points and 10 rebounds. I thought he played like a beast. I really did. There were some points he did leave out there on the floor, but Obi played his best game as a Knick. He played with a lot of heart. He had timely shots, but the energy was amazing by that second unit. It really was. Quickly, Obi, Derrick Rose. I just love the energy from that group. I didn't think Mitchell Robinson had the best of game, but the defense looked better. We just looked energized on both ends of the floor. And Obi, when he was getting things going, or when Obi was thriving, quickly actually ended up tying up this game. But you know what ruined things? This is what scared me. I saw Randle coming in, and it looked like Obi was ready to exit the game. I felt so bad for Obi. I'm like, this dude's so used to playing well and just getting yanked right out of the game by Tom Thibodeau. But no, we had Randle and Obi out there on the floor. And I'm going to say this right now. Randle completely ruined the momentum. He comes in, turns over the ball 3 straight times. 3 straight times he has the basketball. Are you kidding me? And we're not getting back on defense. At all. We turned over the ball way too many times in that first half, and the Raptors capitalized on that. Because when you turn over the ball, the Raptors are a great team in transition. They love to run. Scotty Barnes didn't have a great first half, but this dude is resilient. He puts everything behind him. Everyone on this Raptors team puts adversity behind them. They have short-term memory. That's what the great teams do. I feel like the Knicks don't have short-term memory like that. We make one mistake, we get in our heads, specifically at the end of the game, that we're going to be getting into. So when we were able to we had a chance to go into halftime only down 2 or 3, but because of turnovers, because of I believe a unnecessary 3-point shot, which led to a lob pass down the floor. I believe it was Randle's man that he didn't get down there, or someone wasn't down there, and they were able to go into the half, I believe, with an over 5-point lead. It shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have been up that many points. And I'm going to give credit here. Entering the third quarter, we've sucked in third quarters. I like the way we played in the third quarter. I thought we played pretty well. Nerlens Noel, he actually gave us some offense. I believe we had a second chance opportunity. We lobbed it up to Noel. Noel had an and one. I believe he didn't execute from the charity stripe. But I was okay, Noel. I'm happy with this. RJ found ways to get to the free throw line. He wasn't the most efficient, but he found ways. He wasn't knocking down his shots. He found ways to get to the charity stripe. I really like that. And Obi continued to play like a beast. He did. This man was cutting to the basket. He was just playing strong. I really liked it. He does need to learn when to rein in the three-pointers. There's a reason he's open, but I understand he's confident. I don't think he has the worst of mechanics in the world. But again, when the Knicks would get close, we allow key offensive rebounds, offensive rebound after offensive rebound, stupid turnover, just missed shot. Derrick Rose, he didn't have it tonight offensively. Alec Burks didn't have it tonight offensively, even though you could say D Rose hit that big shot at the end. Just when, like, this is such a New York Knicks thing. Like, we're playing with so much energy. It looks like the Knicks have a chance in this game. Again, we haven't won in Toronto since 2015. RJ gives us the first lead of the game. Or one of the, like, it seemed like that at least. Because I believe if we did have a lead, it was probably like when it was 2-0 or it was like the very beginning. RJ gives us like the first lead of the game from the charity stripe. But then, such a Knicks thing. We leave Svi Mikhailuk wide open outside on the perimeter, knocks down a 3. Then we have a turnover. Like, it was just so frustrating. So it was still close heading into that fourth quarter. So it was 69-65 entering that fourth quarter. So to like open up the fourth quarter, the Raptors come out running zone. And I was like, the Knicks have struggled against zone, but Burks usually breaks us out of it. But Burks was struggling in this game. But Obi's tenacity, this man was crashing the glass. He actually ended up tying up this game, I believe, with a three-pointer. His only made three-pointer like of the game. But this was such a back and forth basketball game. But again, he was running the floor, and I really like thought we were gonna like have huge defensive momentum. Like, we played good defense on this one possession. Derrick Rose looked like he had Gary Trent Jr. trapped in that corner. But when the shot clock was winding down, I guess D Rose thought there was less seconds on that shot clock. Gary Trent Jr. kind of got D Rose, and Gary Trent Jr. knocked down a 3. It all comes down to just being disciplined. The New York Knicks weren't disciplined on a consistent basis. The Raptors weren't perfect, but they did, like, they took care of what they had to take care of. The New York Knicks did not do that, like, at all. The New York Knicks, again, when they would get close, we would commit stupid fouls. We got them in the bonus. There was just too many stupid fouls, like, quickly, like, shot an unnecessary shot at the end of the game. And Obi Toppin, I love the way he played, but he should not be shooting back-to-back threes on that possession. But that's also on the Knicks. We created no ball movement at all. Randall just, I don't even know what to say about Randall. I know some people are going to look at the box score and say rebound well. Randall did not play good. Randall did not play well at all. If I'm being real with you guys, at least in my opinion. And just when you thought like the New York Knicks were getting back in this game, like I mentioned, Toppin shot those back-to-back threes, did not have good like trips down on the offense side of the basketball where we weren't moving the ball. I'm not going to put those threes all on Obi Toppin. He's going to have the confidence to take them, but there's a reason he's open. But we had to get a better shot. Like, there was just too many possessions, the shot clock winding down, and then we left Fred VanVleet wide open for a 3 after we played pretty good defense on him. But Fred VanVleet hits timely shots, and before you know it, it's like a 6 to 7 point lead. Like, we're fouling them. They have more opportunities when it comes to the free throw line. And I was getting frustrated because Tom Thibodeau went on to bench Obi Toppin out there. When he's the main reason we're in the game. And that was just so infuriating. That pissed me off so much because I was like, I feel bad for this dude. This dude was the reason we're in this game. He gave us so much energy. He played his heart out, and for him to be benched like that freaking sucked. Randall actually ends up executing a 3-point play. RJ Barrett ends up scoring 5 straight points, and D Rose actually gives us the lead. But this just sums up the game right here. The New York Knicks go on to allow 3 offensive rebounds in a row. 3 offensive rebounds in a row. Offensive rebound. They don't score. Offensive rebound. Fred VanVleet from downtown knocks it down. That was the freaking dagger right there. That was the freaking dagger. And then the New York Knicks have an opportunity here. RJ Barrett drives to the basket, throws up a wild shot. Like, we got lucky. It was off Fred VanVleet's foot, so the New York Knicks have another shot here. Or we have another opportunity. I forgot in my mind right now how we set this up, but Randall had a wide open 3. A wide open 3. In and out. And I was literally screaming at my phone because there's been so many chances for Randall to step up huge for this New York Knicks club, and he does not execute. This dude is a giant choker. I want to support this dude, but when he's turning the ball over, when he makes the offense look bad with no ball movement, and it looks awful, and he just doesn't step up when it matters, your number one option has to step up when it matters. And that's one of the main reasons he's not a number one option. This dude does not set a good example with his body language. He complains to the refs. I'm sure he's a good lead by example guy in the gym, but he is not clutch. Julius Randle, I hate to say that, he is not clutch whatsoever. We sent Gary Trent Jr. to the free throw line. He made the first one, missed the second. We had a chance to send it to overtime, down 3. RJ Barrett misses a right wing 3. You could say RJ Barrett got fouled. You could say he didn't. They didn't give him enough space. You could say Pascal Siakam. But Randall had his opportunity, and he did not execute. Knicks fall to the Raptors. Let me know down below your thoughts, and peace out, y'all.